breakfast and the struggle of getting out of bed out of the way, I am now gonna go run my favorite jogging spot and clear my head and think about what my next moves are going to be. I have no clue. Just remember, you're the one thing I've been thinking of. So I'll tell you someday. This could be love because I had the time of my life. Lake Baldwin Park. Dog friendly. This was the place where I spent most of my childhood. I am a Navy brat. My father retired at this naval, you can't see it, but later I'll show you, Navy base over here, and he would take us to go play at the park. None of this was here before. It was just a bunch of trees and maybe a few pavilions. I just realized how stinky this sweater is. Ew. Gross. It's so cold. I'm usually never wearing a sweater, but like people up from up north are like quit being a baby. It's 17 degrees up here, but yeah, 50 degrees, it's it's a little chilly for me. So I'm Gladys, also known as Shei. A lot of people here in Orlando call me Shei because back in my breakdancing days, I was B-Girl Shei, which it was actually an accident too, because I was actually supposed to be B-Girl Shy. Because I was very shy. Every time I had to go battle somebody in for my group, and we would be in a circle and just battle each other. I think it happened when this announcer had mispronounced my name. Because it was spelled as Shei, instead of saying shy, he said Shei. And on the next to battle B-boy blah 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 versus B-girl Shei. So I carried that nickname Shei, into my work when I was working as bartender for several years. And yeah, a lot of people in Orlando know me as Shei. But when I lived in Winter Haven, everybody called me Gladys. So it's kind of weird when my friends from Winter Haven meet with my friends from Orlando, and they're like Shei, and this group is like Gladys, and I'll respond to both, and both will look at me like, what's going on? How many people are you? I don't know, whatever. What is this? Well, I've decided to document my journey to become an instructor in FCS Kali. I love martial arts, and it's something that I've stuck to for the longest time, and I feel like I do have a passion for it, and the people that I get to know, I'm lucky enough to touch hands with, and it's just this journey in my life that I would love to share with everyone. Initially, this is what it is. It's just learning about life and experiencing something that's out of your comfort zone, out of the box. I went like on a full minute just recording myself, or I thought I did. And I'm just sitting there talking to myself and not realizing that I didn't hit the record button. Ay. I've decided to document my journey, and it's going to be a very long one, and to become an instructor in FCS, FCS Kali, Filipino Combat Systems, found by Tuhan Ray Dionaldo. such an amazing person. Lucky to know him, lucky to touch hands with him. He's just an incredible teacher and person, and I think many people can agree to this. Becoming an instructor in martial arts is hard work. I've been a practitioner for 8 years, and of course, it's not for everyone, and it certainly wasn't for me 8 years ago to become an instructor. I just wanted to just sit and train, and that's it. And honestly, I think I'll always be a practitioner for life. I'll always be a student, even if I do get ranked up and do get the title and whatever. But there's always something to learn from everyone. It's a lot of sweat, tears, blood, definitely broken bones and sore muscles. So, I mean, it's not for everyone. I'm a little rougher on the edge, so why not? God, I hope I don't have like a major injury to where I can't like do martial arts anymore, because that would make me really sad. Sit on the sidelines and film everyone else. That'll be good enough for me too. Whatever. I train everywhere, and I make the travel. I don't care. Anyone who's willing to take the time to train with me 2 to 3 hours out of the day, I will go and travel to that city. In I've been in Newport Richey. I've gone to Gainesville. I've gone to Fort Myers, and I've I've traveled several times to Georgia to meet up with my friends over there. Kentucky, California, New York. At one point, I was lucky enough to be a part of a seminar and train with them with Tuhan Radianaldo. That was a good experience. So yeah, anybody who is willing to take the time and would train with me, I'll go anywhere. Sky's the limit. It was in 2011. I said, I need to train. I have to do something. One of my friends invited me to do arnis with him, and because I saw that he had mitts and also sticks, and he's like, you know what, you should come and train with me in modern arnis. And I said, yeah, sure, why not? And I went to the class, and as soon as I walked into the dojo, I fell in love with it. Just people banging around with sticks and on mats, and just amazing, great energy, very friendly. My first instructor was Guru Da Vinci of Modern Arnis. And through him, one day in one of the classes, he said, "Hey, guess what, guys? The Crusada is coming up, and you should go and experience this." And I said, "What's a Crusada?" And lo and behold, I went, and I met a lot of amazing people. Groups came together as one and just trained, and I loved it, and I met a lot of people. So basically, the Crusada was a gathering of many groups in Florida. It was PTK, Puedan, of course, us Modern Arnis, and FCS, which when I was introduced to FCS, that was it. Stuck for life. And if had not for the Crusada and for Guru Da Vinci, I wouldn't. And also my friend who introduced me to Modern Arnis, B-Boy Mez, I would not be the person that I am today, loving Filipino martial arts and exploring it and taking you guys with me on my journey to become an instructor. So, yeah. 3 hours later, that was a lot of editing I had to do. But I'm gonna take a nap and get out of this nasty sweater. And later on this evening, I have training. I have class from 7 to 9 p.m. And I look forward to taking you guys there with me. That's not why I'm laughing.
You're recording us?
Yeah, but that's not why I'm laughing.
What are you guys recording? So G-Shock. So no, Paulo issued this challenge. Oh, the guy from Funker. But he said download this app, and it's not
No.
working.
Nice try.
It's recording.
Yay. Hi guys, I am here with AJ.
Hi.
I haven't seen you in a while. How long has it been?
You know, it's hard to tell with FCS because it's like, you know, you see people, you don't see them for a while, but it feels like it wasn't that long ago sometimes.
Exactly. I think,
So it's hard to tell.
I think the last
It might have
time
been 2 years.
was that triple with
Yes.
Doug Mercada.
Yes.
And
So that was what, 2 years?
yeah. I think so. That was the last time I saw you. This is a pleasant surprise. What brought you here to train with us?
Today?
Yeah.
So I just so happened to be in Orlando and then saw me online and said that.
Where
However,
are you
I live in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually have a reason why, like in my busy, because I'm here on work, in my busy work schedule, why I still wanted to come here is because I'm going through some transitions in my own life, some business transitions as well as personal transitions. And one of my seminars that I teach is called Warrior 2.0.
Nice.
And it's all, so the whole idea of like tribal and stuff like that, I just needed some foundation. You know, it's like through the transition, it could be head spinning, right?
Right.
Literally, head spinning, and yet to go back to some roots,
Right.
or go back to something that was foundational, or something that had that feeling is significant, you know? And I just need to be reminded. You know, unfortunately, you know, where I'm at, I don't have a regular FCS group too.
I didn't even know you lived in Las Vegas, to be honest with you. I thought you were in Tampa. How many seminars have you done?
So I lived in Tampa for
Oh,
10
okay.
years.
See, that's where I got it from.
Yeah, I lived in Tampa for 10 years. So I lived in Las Vegas, and then I moved to Tampa. When I first went to Tampa, I was like, ooh, you know, like new world, new things. Let's start discovering things. That's something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to do Filipino, you know, FMA. It's like, is there any FMA in Tampa? It's like, okay, well, it's like, is there any, well, I wonder if it's any good. You know, it's like, oh, well, I'll go to this, there's this guy, his name is Ray. Let's go see him. You know, and then I go to this like warehouse, and it's like, really?
Yeah.
Okay, and then all of a sudden, wow, right? All of a sudden it's like stumbling onto a you know, an FMA gold mine, right? And so
I think that's what everybody's
just
first
hoping-
experience is when being introduced to Henry. Hi everybody, that is Ben Zaharis.
That is my behind.
Guru Ben of FCS, and we'll go ahead and thank you for practicing.
I'm out of here. Practice a video.
Yeah, we're practicing that in, so we'll see how it goes at the end.
On a big monitor.
I'm getting edit tutorials from AJ over here.
You want me to say it again so you know?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is going to be part of the bloopers. To see, we had a good interview going on right before Ben's ass was in the way. And that concludes my video. And I'm using filter because I am looking like dog shit. And I'm gonna go to sleep. So thank you for tuning in. Good night.